Good. Ready?
Yep.
We heard that there was a chance that we were going to get to see the Phantom, and several of us around the office literally went into full watch enthusiastic geek mode for this piece. Knowing that it's one of 100 ever produced, such a rare piece that has such significance in the watch world, we were thrilled just the opportunity to see it, much less the opportunity to be able to sell it. Working at Crown and Caliber, we get to see hundreds of brands, we get to see thousands of watches, and as these watches come through, we want to know more about them, about their histories, about their production, the craft that goes into each particular watch. Having the opportunity to see the Phantom, the Zeitwerk Luminous, gave me an opportunity to research more about this particular watch. Already mentioned, being one of 100, you know there's something special about this piece that other watches may not have. The craftsmanship that goes into producing Langes is really second to none. So the Zeitwerk model from Lange was first produced in 2009. The most fascinating thing to me is that this is the very first time that a digital display being mechanically driven has been built into a wristwatch. Now, when I mention digital display, what I mean is that in place of hands telling you the time, it's physically showing you the digits of what time is actually being represented on that watch. In 1841, Johann Christian Gutkäse installed a clock into the Opera House in Dresden, Germany. At that particular time, Ferdinand Lange was the assistant to the watchmaker. The clock was significant because it was a digital display and it was mechanically driven. On the left cylinder would have hours that were being counted. On the right cylinder, it would move by every 5 minutes. So you could time that opera by how many times that minute cylinder rotated. The nickname of this watch originally was Semper, and that was alluding to the clock that was put into the Opera House in Dresden. Now, that nickname quickly became Phantom. The interesting correlation between the clock that was installed in this Opera House and the Zeitwerk and the development of this digital display is because they operate very similarly. Instead of being cylinders built vertically, you have discs that rotate horizontally through the dial of the watch. The watch also has an interesting design element to it because the smoky sapphire quartz is semi-translucent, where you can watch these dials work behind the scenes while the display is accurately showing you the time. There's a few things about this watch that I absolutely love. The first thing that I want to mention is the juxtaposition between the simplicity of the dial and the complexity of the movement that drives that dial. On the dial, we have 3 things that we're observing. The time is being displayed very cleanly. You have a subsidiary second hand that shows you that this mechanism is in function, and then you have a power reserve giving you the time remaining before you're going to need to power this watch back up. The case of this watch is built into platinum, and it's also showing you an exhibition case back so that you can appreciate the craftsmanship and the detail that Lange puts into the finishes of their movements. The Zeitwerk features a 41.9 millimeter case design with a 12.6 millimeter height. The size of the case lends itself to being very versatile. A watch like this deserves to be worn with respect and the understanding that what went into this is worth wearing, showing off, and appreciating. So I really, really look forward to having the opportunity at Crown and Caliber to offer this type of product to someone who really knows the true value behind the Zeitwerk Luminous. Let's see, I was about to change times. Boom, that's so